what is the most effective form of marketing for voiceover? And I'm talking the pound for pound, heavyweight champ, never been defeated, undisputed, reigning champion of marketing. Stay tuned, you're about to find out. Hi, I'm Jesse Carroll, professional voice actor and coach. And before we get into this whole marketing thing, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone that's watched these videos and subscribed. When I started this channel just a few months ago, I had, I think, 15 subscribers, and now I've got 104. So, I mean, we got a long way to go, and I know 104 subscribers is still a really small number, but I appreciate each and every one of you. I really do, from the bottom of my heart, so thank you. And on another note, I think when I was looking at the metrics last, there was something like 95% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed. And it would mean the absolute world to me if you would just hit that subscribe button. It helps tell YouTube that this is valuable content, helps send it out to other people that might benefit from this. So if you got a minute, please hit that like and subscribe button so I can keep making more voiceover content for you. And if you don't like me and you don't like what I'm about, send this to someone you hate. What better way to get back at them than send them a video of someone you despise? So we're talking voiceover marketing, the most effective form of voiceover marketing. What is it? It's auditioning. Auditioning, nothing touches it. Not direct marketing, not warm marketing, not organic social media posts, nothing, not DMs, not calling your mom, asking for her blessing, none of that stuff. There is nothing that is more effective than auditioning. And the reason being is because that is a current real job with a position they need filled, and they're gonna give it to somebody. Even if you're not very good and you're only booking one every 50 auditions, or even 1 in 60 auditions, you're still getting better results than if you're doing cold email, for instance. And here's the thing, when you audition, even if you don't get that job, if you do a really, really good job and you do a unique and true read to yourself, they're gonna remember that. If you just blow their minds, you do the best audition. You do the best audition you can, and you get creative. Don't just do a straight read. Look at that copy and do something unique to you. They're gonna remember that, and they're gonna come back to you. I can't tell you how many times I've auditioned for a job, and they've come back and said, listen, the client wanted to go with somebody else. They actually went female instead of male with it, but they had another job, and they'd just like to offer it to you. That happens all the time with audition. All the time. It's also an effective, non-intrusive way to stay top of mind with casting directors, with clients, whenever they put an audition up, even if it's just a cattle call, you do it anyway. If you believe in your skills, you know, if you're doing direct marketing because you think you're gonna have a better shot at booking a job, you need to work on your voiceover skills. If you think you're just average, why are you Awesome, thanks, appreciate that. It's probably Amazon. My apartment is the first button on the door, so they always buzz me, even when it's not for me. They'll probably buzz again. Okay, turns out it was actually something for me. Singer's Soothing Throat Spray for when you do long voiceover sessions, when you're doing a bunch of auditioning in a day. It's horrible. It tastes like, it actually tastes terrible, but it does have an actual soothing. It's soothing. It's soothing. It's got a soothing quality. It's great for your voice. I don't know if it's great for your voice or not, but I'm just trying this for the first time. Singer's Soothing Throat Spray. I'll let you know how it works. So back to what we were saying. If you're only booking 1 in 50 or 1 in 60, you're still doing better than direct marketing, right? And if you think that you might have a better chance doing direct marketing of booking a job than doing an actual audition, you need to work on your voiceover skills. For me, auditioning is the #1 way to book because it's the end goal. I know that there's a job. I'm not hitting somebody up when they might not even have a job. You know, I'm not annoying anybody. They're looking for my audition, and I get to showcase my skills. So if you're not confident in your skills, hire a coach. Work with someone who works all the time. This isn't a plug of my coaching, because I know I talk about my coaching a lot, and don't even work with me. You know, I used to work with a lady named Marla Curbin, and unfortunately she left us a couple years back. I haven't worked with anybody since, but I'm going to. I just actually signed up for 2 workshops to work on my skills, to make sure that I'm on top of my game, to make sure my reads are current, that I'm as good as I could be. I know I've got a video. One of the first videos I put on this channel was, you want to get started in voiceover? Don't get coaching. So that title was a little clickbaity to get people to click, and it somewhat worked. I mean, for the size of my channel, I think I got a couple hundred views, and I only had like 10 subscribers, so it kinda worked as a clickbaity title. But if you watch that video all the way through, one thing I explain is don't hire a coach until you have your equipment. And that's what I meant. And that's what I stand behind as well. If you don't have your equipment, hire a coach after you buy your equipment. Buy your equipment first, so that when you go work with a good coach and you come home, you've got something to practice what you've learned on. You know, there's a lot of people who just do voiceover class for a year. And there's people that will recommend that. People that will say, you gotta work on your voiceover skills for a year before you even touch a microphone. And that's a huge amount of BS because number one, almost all fall voiceover classes are a once a week script reading class. That's the traditional format. So you go in there and you read 2-3 scripts max a week in the course of 3 hours, where most of the time you're not working. It's other students you're watching. And yeah, you can learn a lot from watching, but you got to do it. Experience comes from doing. So the ultimate is to be in a weekly class in the beginning and be auditioning at the same time and working on your voiceover skills. You know, I say that voiceover was easy for me when I started because it was. It wasn't hard for me to get in it. I got work right away before I got training. When I got training, I was already making like $4,000 or $5,000 a month. And then I got training to get even better and make even more. And there's a lot of coaches out there that will say that that's not true, or you can't do it that way, or I'm an anomaly. When I say it was easy, I meant that it was easy that it came. I put in the work and it came. I was working and still do work like 10, 12-hour days in voiceover. And it's not hard for me because I love it. And if it's a joy to you, it's never hard. You know what's hard? Manual labor, construction, being a surgeon, sales. Sales can be very, very hard. So we've totally gotten off topic here. Let's get back on track. So for me, because it's the end goal and I know someone's gonna get the job, auditioning is the #1 form of marketing for voiceover. And I tell me I'm wrong. Please hit me up in the comments. Let me know all the reasons why that's wrong. And I'll tell you this, for me, the least effective form of marketing for voiceover is cold email. It is. And let's do some numbers here right now, okay? If you don't believe me. Let's say you're an absolute beast at cold email. You've got tons of experience. You did it for work before voiceover. Your leads are great and you're an absolute beast, and 20% of the people that you cold email, they get back to you and they respond favorably, okay? 20%. So let's say you send 100 emails, 20% get back to you. That's 20 emails they return to you, right? They come back to you and they say, hey, yo, tell us more about your voiceover skills. Totally fucking interested. How many do you think are gonna result in an immediate audition? Well, probably not even half of those people have a job going on right now that they need a voice actor for. So let's do half. Say half of them are looking for a person in your age right now in your exact demographic. How many do you think are gonna offer you a job? Probably 0. If you get lucky, 1. But we can't say, luck isn't something that we can extract data from. You know what I mean? So let's say half of those people want an audition from you, right? Nobody offers you a job, half of those people want an audition from you. That is 10 auditions over the next month. That's it, just 10. Those direct emails, even if you're super quick at it, let's say you spend less than 10 minutes. Let's say you spend 5 minutes, you've got it down to a system, right? Those 100 emails are gonna take you all friggin' day, couple days, could take you a week if you've got jobs going on. And out of those 10 auditions that you got, how many jobs do you think you're gonna book? 1, maybe, probably not, probably 0. Probably 0 is your chance, right? Eventually you will book one, but even if you're up against 10 people, your chances of booking that job, if they're in the exact same demographic as you, and you're only against 10, it's 10%, because they're probably known by the client, they're probably trusted by the client, they're probably liked just as much as you are, sorry to say, and they're probably also really good. So you've just spent a week, or if you're super quick at it, 2 days, sending out 100 emails to get 10 auditions where you might get 1 job, maybe. Pit that against me doing 100 auditions. How many jobs do you think I'm gonna book out of those 100 auditions? Probably 3 or 4. On the low end, 2. On the super low end, let's say I do a bad job on those auditions, I'll get 2. I'm already booking twice as much as you. 100 auditions are probably gonna take the same amount of time as it takes to send out 100 direct cold emails. Probably a little bit less, because unlike the cold emails that are gonna result in another email that you have to answer if they get back to you, which also will result in you having to do an audition, it just adds more time. Whereas the audition, straight to client, they listen, they hire you, you're doing the job. Auditioning can't be beat. If booking a job is the end goal, then auditioning is the last step in that process. Now, sometimes they may just offer you a job. It's unlikely, unless you're talking straight to the client and they're doing all of their marketing and all their video production and audio production in-house, which is usually not the case. It does happen though, but usually not the case. You know who I get offers from? People I've worked with before. So what do? Auditioning is my #1 form of marketing. My #2 form of marketing is staying in contact with clients that I've already worked with, whether that's through marketing to clients that I've already worked with, hitting them up on social media, commenting on the stuff they post, endorsing their skills on LinkedIn. There's a million ways to do it. But when you're working with people, when you're emailing people that you've worked with before or contacting them in any kind of way, that's not a cold lead, that's a warm lead. And those are the ones you want to cultivate. So this is all my experience again. And I've put a fair amount into cold direct outreach. And it hasn't hasn't been effective for me. It hasn't, okay, let me say, it has been slightly effective. I've gotten some responses and I've had a few auditions from it. I've never been offered a job and I have a stupid amount of experience. Check out my website, jessecarrollvo.com. Look at my samples. I get job offers all the time from people I've worked with. It has happened from somebody I haven't worked with before, from them seeing my website or seeing a profile of mine on Voice123. But as far as reaching out to people and emailing them out of nowhere, hey, how's it going? I liked something you did with this, and even putting all that kind of stuff in and complimenting them and, you know, making it specific to them and doing your research. Never once has somebody said, hey, great cold outreach. Here's a job. It's not gonna happen. So why am I saying this? Am I shitting on marketing for voiceover? No, I mean, it kind of sounds like it right now, but I'm not. I'm just saying that there's a lot of people that tell you that cold marketing, cold email marketing is the way to go. And if you got a lot of time on your hands and you don't value your time, that's the way to go, for sure. But what I would urge you to do is work on your voiceover skills. So when you think about doing 50, 60 auditions in a day like what I do, don't look at that and go, oh man, that's a slog and it's probably not gonna result in a job. I look at doing that many auditions and I think, I'm gonna for sure get a job. And I do. Do you wanna work as an administrator and just send off emails all day? Or do you wanna be a voice actor and get in the booth and record and work on your skills where you're working on auditions? I love doing it. You know, I've heard people say, oh, how sustainable is that? Doing 50 to 60 auditions a day. That's not sustainable. How could you ever sustain that? Because I love it. I love doing it. It's interesting to me. You know, I just judged the SOVAs for the second year, and this year I had a lot more assignments, and I was blown away. There were so many good work examples. I judged mostly the commercial category, and man, so many people were making so many interesting choices in their read. It blew my mind, and it made me excited about the possibilities of what I could do. And when I got back in the booth, I started thinking about interesting ways that I can interpret copy and still keep in line with what the copywriter intended when they wrote that piece. And you can only get creative like that when you're working, when you're doing the auditions, when you're working with clients. You're not gonna get better by sending emails. So, do I think marketing is important in voiceover? Yes. Yes, I do think marketing is very important in voiceover, but you have to include auditioning as the #1 form of marketing. And then all the other ones, tier them down to what works for you. Maybe direct cold email, and maybe you've got figured it out and I'm just doing it completely wrong. Maybe that's #2 for you, but it's never gonna be more effective than auditioning. It just can't be done, you know? And there's the argument, what if all the paid play sites change their service terms and let's say they all go bankrupt and close tomorrow? What are you gonna do for auditions? You figure it out when it happens. I'll probably just get a bunch more auditions, make sure I keep getting 50, 60 auditions a day, or create my own casting site, because now there'd be a black hole to fill, you know? Don't let people scare you of casting sites. I've built my entire client list from casting sites. I haven't even come close to getting those results from direct email. And there's other ways to market too, you know? Anytime you're putting anything on social media, what we're doing right now, with you watching me and me talking into this microphone and yelling at you guys, this is marketing. Now you know I'm a voice actor, you know that I'm a coach, you know that I'm passionate or angry. I don't know, but one of the two. And there's some voice actors that do that extremely effectively, you know? Look at Stefan Johnson. He's talking about food and snacks. He barely ever talks about voiceover in his YouTube or his TikTok or Instagram. He's talking about food, and it's hilarious. It's amazingly well put together, and you hear his voice. And I'm sure he's done amazingly well in the voiceover world because of it, you know? Or you look at a guy like Chris Tester, and he's doing these amazing monologues, and he's such an incredible actor, and I love watching his shit. And I try to do what he does. I try to do a few monologues from movies that I liked, and it's not fucking easy. And he's doing it like every day, and he gets the rewards from it, you know? So that is it. That is my rant on the most effective way to market your voiceover services. If you disagree, hit me in the comments and prove it. I'll throw the gauntlet down right now. I will say, take a week, whatever week you want, and I will do only auditions in that week. And you can do only cold email or cold calling. You can do cold DM, but it's gotta be cold. And I won't do any marketing except for auditioning. And we'll see at the end of the week who books the most jobs. Is the challenge accepted? All right, thank you very much. Again, if you got any value out of this video at all, hit the like and subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. And if you like this kind of content, let me know in the comments below if this was too angry for you, if it was right temperature, or if you totally disagree with what I'm saying. I wanna know about it. Other than that, I've been Jesse Carroll. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next one.